All right, today we're going to talk about something that might just change your life. It's called the let them theory. And trust me, it's a game changer for anyone who's ever felt totally stressed out trying to control things you just can't. So let's get right into it.
Okay, let me ask you something. Have you ever felt that knot in your stomach while you're staring at your phone just waiting for a reply? Wondering why they haven't texted back? Or hey, maybe you're the super planner, organizing everything down to the tiniest detail because you're just so scared something might go wrong. If any of that rings a bell, yeah, you are so not alone. See, so many of us fall into that trap, right? We get stuck in this loop of trying to manage every little thing, every person, every situation, when deep down, we know it's totally out of our hands. And you know what that gets us? It's a perfect recipe for stress, anxiety, and just a ton of disappointment.
And that constant need to control everything, it really comes at a high cost. Let's dig into the emotional toll this actually takes on us.
I mean, this control trap, it shows up everywhere, doesn't it? We find ourselves trying to control how other people act or what they think or how they feel. And why? A lot of the time, it's because we're just desperate for their approval or respect. We end up micromanaging the people around us, telling ourselves we're just helping. But honestly, all that effort, it's not just useless, it is absolutely exhausting.
Okay, so if trying to control everything is the problem, what's the solution? Well, it's actually a pretty simple shift in your mindset, and that's where the let them theory comes in.
So what is the let them theory? At its core, it's really all about letting go. It's about giving people the freedom to just be who they are, to make their own choices, live their own lives, without us trying to interfere. But here's the real kicker, the secret sauce. This theory isn't really about them. It's about freeing yourself from the totally impossible task of trying to control everything and everyone. And just look at the difference here. It's night and day, right? On one side, you've got the control mindset, constant micromanaging, feeling stressed and resentful. It's like you're always battling against life. But then, on the other side, you have the let them mindset. Suddenly, there's room for people to grow, there's freedom, there's peace. It's like you stop fighting life and you start adventuring with it. Huge difference.
This really hits the nail on the head. Think about it. When you feel disappointed, what's your first instinct? To blame the other person, right? But what if the problem isn't them? What if the pain is actually coming from our own expectations? It's like we write a script for how people are supposed to act, and then we get mad when they don't know their lines.
Because at the end of the day, we have to face a hard truth. Our control over other people is just an illusion. It's not real. We can't force people to change. They have to do that for themselves. And the moment you let go of that illusion, man, that's where true freedom really starts.
Okay, but here's where things get really interesting. Because this whole theory, it's not actually about other people. Not really. It's about us. It's a mirror for ourselves, showing us what our need to control says about our own inner world.
So, I want you to ask yourself this question, because it can seriously change everything. When you feel that urge to control someone else, what does it say about your own fears, your own insecurities? When someone's actions trigger you, take a second. What's really going on under the surface for you? What deep down fear is making you want to jump in and fix things?
You know that urge to fix other people? It's almost always a reflection of the parts of ourselves that need a little healing. When we stop pouring all our energy into trying to fix them, we finally have the space to look in that mirror and see what's really there. Our own insecurities, our old wounds, the stuff that actually needs our attention.
And a huge piece of this whole puzzle is learning how to set boundaries without feeling guilty about it. It starts with just recognizing that urge to control or to please everyone. You gotta understand that this usually comes from a fear of rocking the boat or upsetting people, but you have to give yourself permission to say no when you need to. And just remember this, saying no to someone else is really just saying yes to your own peace and well-being.
So where does all this lead? This journey of letting go, of looking inward, of setting good boundaries, it's all heading to one amazing destination, finding your own inner peace. A kind of peace that isn't dependent on what anyone else does or says.
And believe it or not, one of your secret superpowers on this journey is gratitude. Seriously. Next time you feel that frustration bubbling up because someone isn't doing what you think they should, just stop and try this. Shift your focus to just one thing you're grateful for in that exact moment. It sounds simple, but it can totally flip your perspective.
It's because gratitude is like a pattern interrupt. It yanks you right out of that toxic cycle of anger and resentment. Instead of zooming in on what's missing or what's going wrong, your brain shifts to what you do have, what's abundant.
You're basically rewiring your own brain to see the good stuff, and that's how you break free.
And it all comes down to this simple, powerful truth. Happiness is an inside job. I mean, how much of our lives do we spend thinking, oh, I'll finally be happy when they change, or I'll be at peace once this problem is solved? We've all been there. But real, lasting happiness, it just doesn't work like that.
But when you finally stop relying on all those external things to make you happy, your entire life can transform. You're no longer a puppet pulled around by other people's choices or moods. You stop reacting to everything. You start being intentional. And you find this incredible sense of peace that you might have thought was impossible to achieve.
So I want to leave you with a question to chew on. Just think about it. At home, at work, with your partner, with your friends, what is just one area of your life where you really struggle to just let them be? And what would happen if you did? What kind of peace could you reclaim for yourself?